Captain Alex Mercer, an experienced commander of the Galactic Union, had participated in countless battles across the expanse of space. Yet, the situation in the Andromeda Galaxy was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Andromeda was known as a peaceful world inhabited by the Barona people who were equipped with advanced technology. However, this tranquil galaxy had caught the eye of the ruthless Kraven Empire. The Kraven, intent on conquering Andromeda, sought to exploit its resources and enslave its people. During a fierce skirmish, Captain Mercer found himself separated from his unit and stranded alone in the dense forests of Andromeda. As he navigated through the thick foliage, he stumbled upon a group of Kraven soldiers attacking a contingent of Barona guards. At the center of the battle was Empress Illyria, the revered leader of the Barona people, fighting valiantly but vastly outnumbered. Without hesitation, Mercer sprang into action, his military training and instincts guiding him as he fought his way through the Kraven soldiers. His efforts turned the tide of the battle, ultimately saving Illyria and her guards. Breathless and battered, Mercer approached the Empress, who was equally exhausted but grateful. "Thank you, Captain Mercer," she said, her voice filled with relief and respect. "You have saved my life and the future of my people." Still catching his breath, Mercer nodded. "Just doing my duty, Your Majesty. I'm glad I could help." As reinforcements arrived to secure the area, Empress Illyria insisted that Mercer accompany her back to the Imperial Palace. Despite his initial protests, Illyria was resolute, and Mercer soon found himself being escorted to the heart of Andromeda's political and cultural hub. The palace was a marvel of Barona architecture, with towering spires and shimmering walls that reflected the sunlight in a kaleidoscope of colors. As Mercer was led through vast corridors adorned with intricate tapestries and advanced technology, he was struck by the Barona people's seamless blend of tradition and innovation. Inside, Mercer was introduced to Illyria's court, a gathering of dignitaries and advisors who regarded him with a mixture of curiosity and respect. The Empress, now dressed in her regal attire, approached him with eyes that shone with appreciation for his bravery and sacrifice. "Captain Mercer," Illyria began, her voice echoing through the grand hall, "your courage in battle has not only saved my life, but has also secured the future of the Barona people. We are deeply indebted to you." Feeling slightly out of place amidst the grandeur, Mercer bowed his head. "I was just doing what any soldier would, Your Majesty." Illyria smiled warmly. "Your humility is admirable, but your actions were extraordinary. As a token of our gratitude and to honor the bravery you have shown, we wish to offer you a unique honor." Mercer, slightly apprehensive, asked what the Empress meant. With a gentle gesture, Illyria indicated the young woman standing beside her. Princess Amara, the Empress's daughter, stepped forward gracefully. Her gaze, filled with both wisdom and tranquility, met Mercer's. The serenity and grace in her eyes revealed not only her royal status, but also her strength and intelligence as a leader. Illyria stepped closer, her voice warm yet serious. "Captain Mercer," she said, her voice resonating through the hall, "we would like you to become a part of our royal family. My daughter Amara will lead the Barona people into a secure future, and I wish for you to marry her and share this great responsibility." Stunned and honored, Mercer looked at Princess Amara. There was both deep intellect and grace in her gaze. He realized that Illyria's proposal meant more than just joining a family. It was a call to take on the tremendous responsibility of shaping Andromeda's future. The offer was a testament to his value, not just as a soldier, but as a leader. Illyria's words made it clear that Amara was equipped not only with physical strength, but also with the wisdom and strategic thought necessary for leadership. Mercer, recognizing the significance of this moment, accepted the honorable proposal, ready to take a major step forward in shaping Andromeda's destiny alongside Amara. As Mercer comprehended the magnitude of the moment and the significance of his role, he was also acutely aware of the deep emotions he felt as a human from Earth. Becoming a part of the royal family in this mesmerizing world of Andromeda wasn't just an honor, it was an invitation to immerse himself in a culture and set of responsibilities vastly different from his own. Mercer knew that this was not only a personal milestone, but also a pivotal moment on a galactic scale. When Mercer announced his acceptance of the proposal, a wave of excitement rippled through the Grand Hall. First, a warm smile spread across Empress Illyria's face, conveying just how significant and joyful this decision was. Then, the Barona nobles and advisors in the room erupted into applause, their hands clapping enthusiastically. The sound of their cheers echoed through the high ceilings of the palace, marking a moment of great unity and hope not just for Mercer and Amara, but for all of Andromeda. The joy in their eyes reflected the deep faith they held in the future and the promise of peace and cooperation that this union between two beings from different worlds symbolized. Princess Amara stepped forward, taking Mercer's hand in a gesture that symbolized both their mutual trust and the new future they would build together. The palace buzzed with joy, signaling the dawn of a new era. In the days that followed, Mercer immersed himself in learning about Barona culture and history. He spent a great deal of time with Princess Amara, strengthening their bond. They engaged in deep conversations about wisdom, exploration, and leadership, taking long walks through the palace gardens as they discovered the rich culture and natural beauty of this new world. Amara shared with Mercer the history, traditions, and values of the Barona people, while Mercer spoke of his experiences on Earth and the lessons he had learned in his own world. Amara's interest in military strategy, coupled with Mercer's extensive experience, also brought them together in the palace's training grounds. They pushed each other to new limits during their training sessions and shared their battlefield experiences, deepening their bond and laying the foundation for a strong and mutual trust. When the day of the wedding arrived, the Grand Palace of Andromeda was magnificently decorated with lights and flowers. The ceremony was a beautiful blend of both Barona and Earth traditions. As Mercer gazed at the radiant Princess Amara during the ceremony, he fully grasped the deep meaning and responsibility of their union. When the ceremony concluded, the people of Barona and guests from across the galaxy welcomed the newlywed couple with great enthusiasm. This celebration marked not just the union of two individuals, but also the merging of two cultures and the promise of a bright future. The honeymoon that followed took Mercer and Amara across the breathtaking landscapes of Andromeda. Every place they visited showcased the rich history and natural beauty of this peaceful world. Throughout their journey, Mercer and Amara grew closer, deepening their connection and finding ways to become stronger together in facing the challenges that this new life would bring. This journey allowed them to grow not only as a couple, but also as a powerful team destined to shape Andromeda's future. However, this period of happiness was abruptly interrupted by news that the Kraven Empire was regrouping and planning a major assault on Andromeda. The threat was greater than ever, and the Barona defense forces were under immense pressure. Mercer and Amara quickly returned to the palace to assess the situation. Empress Illyria convened an emergency council meeting, and Mercer, as a trusted advisor, participated in the critical discussions. Together, Mercer and Amara strategized to defend Andromeda's future, combining their strengths to overcome the impending challenge. During the meeting, word came that Kraven forces were advancing rapidly and that Andromeda's defenses were faltering. Illyria turned to Mercer for his opinion. Mercer took a deep breath, considering the options. "We need to strike at the heart of their operation," he said. "If we can hit their command center, we can disrupt their coordination and buy time for our defenses." Amara, supporting Mercer's plan, added, "It's risky, but it's our best shot. We can lead a small elite team to infiltrate their base and take out their command structure." Illyria, her gaze filled with both resolve and concern, replied, "Very well. The decision is made. May the stars guide and protect you." Mercer and Amara quickly assembled a team of the best Barona warriors. The journey was fraught with dangers. Treacherous terrain and enemy patrols awaited them. However, the team pressed on with determination, moving with caution and silence at every step. Mercer's military experience and Amara's strategic intellect guided the team through Kraven's formidable defenses. Under their leadership, the team skillfully navigated the dangers, advancing toward their objective with a resolve that would not falter. As they approached the command center, the tension grew even more palpable. They bypassed the security systems, avoiding detection by the Kraven soldiers. Amara hacked into the systems, disabling security cameras and bypassing Kraven's alarm systems. Mercer led the team forward, constantly sensing and averting danger. Finally, they reached the command room, a high-tech hub pulsating with energy and filled with advanced Kraven technology. Amara quickly accessed the main terminal, working to disable the Kraven command system. Meanwhile, Mercer and the team formed a defensive line, protecting her from the relentless attacks of the Kraven soldiers. After an intense battle, Amara succeeded in her task. The Kraven forces were thrown into disarray, their coordination shattered, and their defenses weakened. The team's mission had been a critical success, giving Andromeda a significant advantage in the ongoing war. Mercer and Amara had accomplished what many thought impossible, crippling the Kraven command structure and paving the way for Andromeda's forces to mount a decisive counterattack. Seizing the opportunity created by the sabotage of the Kraven command center, Andromeda's leadership quickly moved to plan a full-scale assault. Mercer and Amara, now recognized as pivotal figures in the defense of Andromeda, took charge of organizing the Barona defense forces. With Amara's strategic foresight and Mercer's battlefield expertise, they developed a comprehensive plan to strike the Kraven forces while they were vulnerable. This plan aimed not only to repel the immediate threat, but also to deliver a decisive blow that would cripple the Kraven Empire's ability to threaten Andromeda again. One evening, under the calm Andromeda night sky, Mercer and Amara stood on the terrace of the palace, looking out over the city below. The stars above shone with a peaceful brilliance that belied the impending conflict. Mercer broke the silence, taking a deep breath. "Amara," he said, his voice steady but filled with the weight of the coming battle. "This war will decide Andromeda's fate. We'll either stop the Kraven here or lose everything." Amara turned to him, her eyes reflecting both determination and a touch of fear. "I know, Mercer," she replied, her voice calm yet firm. "That's why we can't afford to fail. The future of our people rests in our hands, but we're in this together, and we'll do whatever it takes to win." Mercer took Amara's hand and squeezed it gently. "No matter what happens, I'm proud to fight this battle alongside you," he said. Amara gave him a brave smile in return. "And I with you, Mercer. Together, we will win." The day of the battle arrived, and the tension in the air was palpable as Andromeda's forces prepared for the confrontation. The Verona army stood in formation on the vast plain outside the palace, the soldiers' faces set with a mix of determination and the solemn realization of what lay ahead. At the forefront, Amara and Mercer stood side by side. Amara, the noble leader of the Verona people, exuded confidence and resolve, while Mercer, a stalwart presence beside her, was a source of strength and assurance. The two of them led their troops with a gaze that instilled confidence and unity, and the soldiers knew that this was more than just a battle. It was a fight for the very future of their world. As the Kraven forces appeared on the horizon, the Defenders of Andromeda braced themselves, ready to follow their leaders into what they knew would be a defining moment in their history. Amara and Mercer were prepared to lead this final stand, determined to achieve victory and secure peace for their people. The battle that ensued was nothing short of cataclysmic. The once peaceful plain was soon consumed by the roar of war as laser cannons, plasma rifles, and energy grenades unleashed their fury. The sky above Andromeda, previously a serene blue, was now ablaze with the fiery trails of missiles and the searing light of energy weapons. The Kraven forces, clad in heavy armor and supported by massive war machines, advanced with ruthless precision. But Andromeda's defenders met them with unwavering resolve, their high-energy plasma rifles and electromagnetic pulse weapons cutting through the enemy ranks. The battlefield was a cacophony of explosions, blinding flashes, and the deafening clash of metal as the two armies collided. In the thick of the fighting, Mercer and Amara fought side by side, their movements synchronized by the bond they had forged. Amara wielded her double-bladed energy spear with lethal precision, cutting down Kraven's soldiers with swift, powerful strikes, while Mercer used his tactical prowess to outmaneuver and outflank the enemy. Together, they pushed deeper into the heart of the Kraven forces, each step bringing them closer to the enemy's command center. As the battle reached its zenith, Mercer and Amara finally reached their target, the Kraven Command Outpost, where the leaders of the invasion were directing the battle. With Amara's strategic brilliance and Mercer's combat skills, they fought their way through the last line of Kraven defenders. Amara neutralized the command outpost's security systems, while Mercer engaged the Kraven commander in a fierce duel. The battle was intense, but with a final decisive move, Mercer struck down the Kraven leader, delivering a crippling blow to the enemy's morale. The death of their commander sent shockwaves through the Kraven forces. Panic and confusion spread rapidly, and the once coordinated invasion force began to crumble. Sensing the tide turning, Andromeda's defenders rallied, launching a full-scale counter-offensive. Overwhelmed and leaderless, the Kraven army broke ranks and fled the battlefield. The victory was complete. The Kraven Empire had been dealt a devastating defeat, and Andromeda was saved. Following the victory, a grand celebration was held in the great palace of Andromeda. The palace gardens were filled with the sounds of joyous celebration as the people gathered to honor the heroes of the battle. Empress Illyria stood before her people, addressing them with pride and gratitude. "Today, through our courage and unity, we have triumphed over the Kraven Empire," she declared, her voice ringing out across the gathered crowd. This victory was won not just on the battlefield, but in our hearts as well. Amara and Mercer's leadership was the key to this success. Without their sacrifice and determination, we would not be here to celebrate today. On behalf of all the Verona people, I extend our deepest gratitude to them." As the crowd erupted in applause, Mercer and Amara turned to each other. Mercer, his eyes filled with pride and deep affection, leaned in toward Amara. "Amara," he said softly, his voice brimming with emotion, "I can't express how fortunate I am to have fought this battle with you by my side. Fighting alongside you has been the greatest honor of my life." Amara, her eyes glistening with tears of joy, smiled at Mercer. "Mercer, without your courage and resolve, this victory would not have been possible. It has been a blessing to embark on this journey with you, for both Andromeda and myself." As the celebration continued, Andromeda's future seemed brighter than ever. The people were quickly healing the wounds of war, and the nation was rejuvenating. The laughter echoing in the gardens, the music resonating in the palace, and the joy of the people dancing all symbolized the country's recovery and its hopeful step toward a beautiful future. Mercer and Amara, celebrating the peace and love that had followed their victory, bore witness to the dawn of a new era of freedom for Andromeda. Their love was not only a testament to their bond with each other, but also to their deep commitment to their people. And so, under the leadership of their beloved rulers, the people of Verona moved forward with hope, building a future filled with peace and prosperity.